YouTube, what's happening? It's the Masculinist, and today we're going to talk about something I call the Eve spirit, and it's in modern women today. I'm going to tell you what it's all about, what it means. So, in the beginning, in Genesis, as we all know, Eve ate the forbidden fruit after being seduced by the serpent, and she gave that to her husband, and they ate it. And of course, the rest is history. So there's something that the serpent told Eve, and that was that whatever God said was opposite of the truth. And that's how he deceived Eve. When it turns out, as we all knew, that what God said was the truth. He said, "You surely will not die, you will know what God knows, and you will be as gods." There's a reason that we weren't supposed to eat the forbidden fruit, because there's no human being living, there's no thing, there's no AI that's in existence or that will ever be in existence that has a better answer than the Lord Almighty. There's no such thing, a person that's more intelligent than the Lord Almighty. Okay? So right then you have somebody that is, or something, the serpent, that's telling you a lie from the start. There's a problem with authority there. Okay? And the word is supposed to be, the woman is under her husband is under Christ, and Christ is under God. I think that's 1 Corinthians, I want to say 11:33 or 11:13, something like that. But in a nutshell, that spirit of Eve that got us into the way the world is now is what's in modern women today. The inability to submit to the man's authority. And they will say it's sexist, or they will say they'll do it for the right man. They will say they'll turn their femininity on and off, which we all know you're either feminine or you're not. And a lot of this too is in part because you don't have strong men in the home. On my channel, The Masculinist, it's all about making sure that men, specifically black men, are as masculine as possible in their everyday lives and the decisions that they make. Because what happens is, for men that are raised by women who don't get around other men as father figures, they will have the inability to make decisions in life, the decisions that men make every day. So if you did not have a father figure, or if you are growing up currently without a father figure, I recommend that you find some good, solid adult males who really can share some advice on life, mentor you, because you're never too old to learn these things. Okay? And if you don't learn these things, then you will become a simp. A simp meaning that you will put a woman's authority over yours, or you will come under a woman. And that's just not the natural order of things. What happens there is, when you do that, that woman has no respect for you. And then she will go and fall under another man's authority who is the leader. Okay? And that's just how that is. That's how it goes. That's just anyone that will tell you otherwise is trying to get away from the natural way that your nature is, the feminine nature of a woman. A lot of women may not know their feminine nature. Shout out to the Crimson Cure. And the thing about that is, women by default are nurturing, emotional creatures. And today, the society that we live in is telling women that they don't need men, specifically black women, that they don't need their black men, which is something that is purely propaganda, and it's working very well. And the mistake, I would say, that a lot of modern black women make today is thinking that every black man is a simp. And really only in the black culture, only in our culture do you have black men who will behave as such. You won't have, you don't hardly ever see simps and white men with their women as much. You don't really see it in any other race except for the black male. And that comes from a lack of a strong father figure in the home from the start, because truly and surely only a black man can show a black boy how to become a man who will make decisions for his family and lead his family. Now, the thing that I know is no matter how rebellious the woman, if the man is leading his home correctly, that woman will automatically fall under that authority, no matter how much of a masculine energy she has. And if she is ultimately rebellious, she just needs to be dismissed. That's just what it is. There's no hard feelings about it. You need to learn how to walk away and cut loose women who are going to disrespect you, are going to waste your time, are going to play games, and are going to treat you like you are not a man or try to emasculate you. Those 5 things are automatic no-nos. Masculine men cannot be emasculated. That's just how it is. The way that we are is just totally masculine. We do the things that a man is supposed to do. And that's just, the natural order of things, and that's just how life goes. So with the Eve spirit, what women have is an issue with that authority from the start, trying to find a better answer for that. And what happens there is, once a woman tries to seek out a better answer than the Lord's answer, they end up in an emotional, traumatic state. They're sad, they're unhappy, same thing. They don't feel fulfilled, they feel a void. They go out and become promiscuous, or they have a lot of male orbiters around. And these men are really not masculine men that are the orbiters, because masculine men, we make decisions, and of course we stick by those decisions because we know that we are held accountable for our decisions. Simp males don't really have that ability because they have not been raised with a father figure. And simp meaning, of course, they come under the authority of woman, and that's something that is possible to rectify, but usually only after becoming hurt, used, abused, left, ghosted, all those things that we say in today's society. Those are the only ways that a lot of times men who put women over them learn how to become more masculine, or at least they should. So that's pretty much what causes the issue with an imbalance in relationships, where you have the woman trying to compete for authority under the men, which is just not going to work, because ultimately that woman will almost always go to another man who's going to exercise the proper authority. So if you don't want to become one of those men, and if you're not a strong masculine man, then I would recommend you get around as many masculine father figures, like if you're in the barber shop or whatever. If the barber shop owner is an elder guy who has some good wisdom, talk to him. Get his opinions on things, share some of the things that you're not comfortable discussing with your lady or whatnot, because ultimately, once you become comfortable in your masculinity, then of course the order in your house will be correct, and there will be peace. And if you are with a woman who is not going to, cooperate, then of course there are many women who will cooperate, and that's just it. So that's just shedding some light on the Eve spirit, and how we all need to call it out, so we can rectify the situation, because we all want happier homes. Everyone wants a level of happiness, and that happiness actually comes from within first, and then you add to the other person's happiness. That's the correct way. And if you're not one of those people, ladies, if you're not one of those people who feel that you can submit to a man, then of course, talk to your male in your homes, your fathers, your brothers. Don't talk to other men that you have your friends on, because they won't give you the correct answer. Talk to someone who has really no interest in having a relationship with you, but knows how men are. You don't cheat on a test from someone who doesn't know the answers. It's not really cheating on a test, but you want to actually speak to someone who can give you the keys to adding happiness into your life, so you can then get centered, so you're not stressed about life. Because the stress in life with a lot of modern women today is very unnecessary. You just have to pair with us men. We're not your enemy. We don't want to oppress you. We never did. It's just, in a home, the man is the king of the castle, and you have to understand that order. And once you understand that order, you would think that it makes you feel like you're going to be oppressed, but what it actually does instead is gives you happiness and peace and reduces your stress level. So that's what I wanted to share with you all today. As usual, I know it's been quite a while since I put up a video. I'm going to try to, put some of these out here more often. But just stay tuned. All right, it's the Masculinity.